to Steve Perlini from South Boston. I read some facts here that I think are pertinent to what we're going to discuss in this conversation. The American Cancer Society estimates for breast cancer in men in the United States, about 2,350 new cases of invasive breast cancer will be diagnosed this year. About 440 men will die from breast cancer in this country this year. And breast cancer is about 100 times less common among men than among women. For men, the lifetime risk of getting breast cancer is 1 in 1,000. I guess that makes you 1 in 1,000, yeah, Steve, does it not?
I really hit the lottery, didn't I?
How did you discover that you were in a bit of trouble?
Well, I was lifting weights, and I was doing like a chest press, and I came down, and I touched my nipple, and it felt a little, little sensitive, and I thought I might have just pinched it with the weight, so I didn't think anything of it, and I let a few weeks go by, and then it might have happened again, and another month or two went by, and it happened again, and it still I still kind of felt it. So finally, I was a couple months later, I was like, let me just go to a doctor. Never thinking in a million years that I would actually have breast cancer. I just thought, maybe it was a cyst or, just a bruise or something like that. And they, they looked at it and they said, oh, let's, go get a mammogram. And I'm like, well, guy going to get a mammogram is pretty odd. So I went and did that, and they actually, this was at another facility, and they actually at first thought it was something called gynecomastia, and they said that you were fine, but if you wanted to get it looked at by a surgeon for cosmetic reasons, you could. So I did some research on gynecomastia, and it didn't seem like something that I would get, being a man in my mid-30s. So I went and saw the surgeon, and the surgeon looked at it and said, let's just do a couple other tests to rule it out, and they did, and they didn't rule it out, unfortunately, though. So sure enough, he called me back a couple days later and said, can you talk right now? You in the car? No, I'm not. He's like, well, yeah, we tested it, and you do have it's breast cancer. So that's actually how it happened. And again, this is at another facility. So as soon as I kind of heard that, I had, I'm being from Boston and listening to you guys for years doing this, I was like, I just kind of want to go to the best place that I know of, and I called Dana Farber the next day, and it was a Saturday, or I sent an email in and just said my situation, and at 9 a.m. Monday morning I got a call, and they said, how quick can you get in here? And I was in there on Wednesday and basically started meeting with the doctors and plotting out my treatment.
It seems awfully obviously rare and mysterious. You find out you have breast cancer. Is your first reaction that you're screwed, that you're in real trouble, or are you thinking maybe this is not that serious?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe it wasn't that serious. I just had that mentality of okay, just tell me what I got to do. I'm going to go and do it and get it taken care of. There was a little bit of sort of I was a little bit nervous because there were some unknowns in the beginning before they actually do the surgery and pull it out. They tell you this is what we think it's going to come out as, but until we do the full pathological analysis, we don't know exactly. So there was some nervousness about that, but my just mentality was whatever it is, let's just get after it and take care of it.
Did you think about telling your friends, family, whatever, that it's something else, because breast cancer is so rare?
Well, at first I would just tell people I'm having a tumor removed from my chest.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't say, oh, it was breast cancer, but that kind of faded after a while, and now I'm I'm glad that kind of bringing it to the forefront.
Well, now you're kind of an advocate, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Look at if people who are just listening, aren't watching. He's a big, strong, strapping man.
Very handsome.
Yes,
very handsome. Just say it. He's a handsome guy. Well, say handsome. Well, some people could say if another man's handsome. I could say it.
Okay, good.
That's handsome.
Yeah.
Despite my nose injury,
That's a little gruesome. What happened?
I hurt myself playing racquetball yesterday.
Do people still play racquetball?
Yeah, they do. It's great cardio.
Yeah.
So I try to play as much as I can. And like the one day I didn't want to get hit. I did. It was like there's 2 days: the day before my wedding and the day before coming out with you guys.
So your treatment lasted 200 days, and today is a special day.
Yeah, today's exactly the 1 year anniversary from when I walked out of my last radiation session right down the road at Dana-Farber.
How does that feel?
It feels good, you know. I didn't really think about it until they asked me to come on and do this, and I saw the date, and I'm like, oh my God, it's just purely a coincidence.
Sure.
But no, it feels good. You know, being the last year has been awesome in terms of, you know, just getting back on my feet. And
What's
stuff.
the frequency of rechecks now?
Well, normally I would go in every 6 months and just you know, have the doctors examine me. They're not even going to be doing mammograms on me, I guess, because it's different for men. But I started a couple months ago. I started a clinical trial. So with that, they see me. They're going to be seeing me like every month, just to kind of monitor how the clinical trial is going.
And is the clinical trial for treatment, or is it to prevent recurrence?
It's to prevent recurrence. Yeah.
And what is that? A chemo type of thing?
No. It's like I think it's like a hormone therapy sort of thing.
see.
And it goes. I'm already on a hormone therapy. I'm on a drug called tamoxifen, which people are probably really familiar with, and I'll be on that for 5 years. But this kind of is a complementary drug to it, and they're just basically testing the tolerability of it. It's had some really positive results with later stage breast cancer patients, and because of that, they think that it might be promising for earlier stage, and they want to, you know, test the tolerability of it.